Guys, hey gamers out there, Chriswiiu2013 heading back one more time to do one final review before he moves on to doing something else at the weekend. Now you know what I'm going to be talking about. I've obviously mentioned it on the retro channel. Yes, video games. Video games are what I'm kind of into at the moment, but in my spare time I like to watch all my horror stuff and all my films. So featuring now, we're going to be doing something we haven't actually done before on the Chriswiiu2013 YouTube channel. Obviously you know what the idea behind these videos is. Yes, we're going to be kind of doing what we do as always, looking back, going back again to the horror collection for part 10. I know you're going to love the DVDs which I'm about to show you, so let's go ahead, start off with this video and get through as many DVDs as we can before the video ends. So I'm sure you want to see what we've got right here for part 10. I know I do. This is Soul Survivors. This is a film from 2001. Now Soul Survivors has actually got one of the main actresses who also played in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She played Faith, one of the Slayers, alongside Sarah Michelle Gellar, who played Buffy. And in this one, this is actually done by the same producers that did I Know What You Did Last Summer. I've actually got the DVD in one of my collections. And yeah, another film I got for £1. So this has got Eliza Dushku in. It's got Wes Bentley, which I don't even know who that is. We've got Casey Affleck. And you've got some other actresses and actors that I've never actually heard of. But Soul Survivors, I was going to watch this at one point, but I thought, well, if I'm starting off with Aliens, if I'm starting off with all the other films, then I can kind of work my way down to watching some of the other great films that I haven't seen before that I've got also in my games room. So that is Soul Survivors. Moving on now to Vampires. Now this has got, let's have a look who it's got on here. This has got Thomas Ian Griffithson, who was in The Karate Kid Part 3, and he plays one of the vampires, and he tracks down Jack Crow. And I thought at the time that Jack Crow was going to get killed at the end, but he didn't. He defeated the vampire with one of the stakes, and the vampire never came back after that. So he destroyed that creature, and his friend, who was teaming up with Jack Crow, gets bit by another vampire, a woman actually. She bites him, and it's not long until he starts to become a vampire again. And in this one of the characters double crosses Jack Crow and decides to tie him up. And one of the vampires tries to take all his weapons away from him. But lucky enough, he gets saved and he kills the vampire at the end. Next film from 1984. Now I've got this on the Game Boy. I've actually got Terminator 2, the arcade game. But one film that I have got is The Terminator, 1984. This is the scene where you see the T-800 against Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor. And this is actually going to be set in 2029. So all the supercomputers dominate the planet. So the Terminator is actually a cyborg who has come from the future and is trying to kill Sarah Connor. Now in the second one, his chip has been removed, and he decides to protect John Connor and Sarah Connor in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And he's up against the T-1000. This is another person that can kill people and emerge into different sort of people. So this is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. We've got Alien 3, the 2-disc special edition, starring Sigourney Weaver. With over 4 hours of special features, you get this movie. This is a film from 1992. I've actually got quite a lot of Blu-rays in my collection with a complete box set to this. So I'm sure, you know, I will bring that Blu-ray out at some point. Hopefully when we get up to part 12 in some of the other videos. But yeah, we've got Alien 3. We've also got Amityville 3. And there's another Amityville with Ryan Reynolds in, which I'm going to pick up at some point. So this one came out in 1983. This is a film that came out just before I was born. And I never did actually see this. But I'm glad I did. It's actually a really good film, actually. It's got Meg Ryan in. And it's got some of the other actresses and actors in this. We've got The Crow, City of Angels, which has got Vincent Perez in. And yeah, this is another movie which was okay. But I actually preferred, you know, The Crow from 1993. All the other films after that just went downhill in the end. But yeah, we've got Alien vs Predator. Yeah, it's alright. It's one of those films that you've got to really sit down and watch if you are getting into these movies. I would say start off with Alien 3 and then kind of go from there and see what films you want to watch next. I would say probably watch this one, but don't watch Alien vs Predator 2. It's really bad. Right, on to this one now, which is Wrong Turn. Yeah, it's seriously scary. It says there at the bottom that it's a scary movie. This has got Chris Finn, who I believe was in Ghost Ship. It's got Eliza Dushku again in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I've basically got her in 2 of the movies, Wrong Turn and Soul Survivors. And basically in this one, you've got a group of these creatures who are basically going around and killing all these people in the woods, and Eliza Dushku and one of the other guys in this survives. We got The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with Sean Connery. This is another film. It's a superhuman film, this is, with superheroes in. So one of them can turn into a vampire, another one can disappear, and another one can actually turn into a werewolf. And then you've got a vampire as well. And this actually came along with Daredevil on DVD. So I've got the 2 DVDs with this. Next one is just a normal copy of this, but I'll show these in part 11. This is part 10, and I'm signing out right now. I'll make a short video for this in a minute, but this is Chriswiiu2013. I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully you're sitting there and watching my YouTube channel. Bye.